Early July 2021, I was made aware of a pair of peregrine falcons that had had a clutch of eggs, but only one of the chicks, that is also known as an aas, had survived. And we went down to photograph these birds and hopefully to capture some activity that would make for some interesting footage. As luck would have it, one of the parents actually was able to capture and kill a pigeon, and we realized that the parent had brought the carcass or the of the bird to the cliff edge, pretty close to the nest, but not directly above or below it. So the chick actually had to venture out of the nest and come down the cliff edge to approximately where the parent was sitting. And the chick was observing the parent while calling for food. The parent, on the other hand, continued to strip the bird of its feathers and was eating without passing any food to the young. And probably what it appears is that the parent is actually trying to teach the young chick on how to clean and devour the prey. So it's important to realize that the parent is constantly keeping a watchful eye on all the surroundings. They are extremely protective of their chicks, and they will actually attack and hunt down any other predator that comes in the vicinity. So here's an example of parenting and education prior to this young chick fully fledging. But we stayed and we observed this, and the rest of the footage is really an example of what the education procedure is between parent and chick. After a while, the chick actually moves position and comes down further along the cliff edge, hoping that the parent will notice and maybe give it some food. But really that was not the intention of the parent. So the chick continued to observe while the parent kept a watchful eye, feeding on the carcass of the pigeon. The peregrine falcon has a total length between 14 and 19 inches, and they're extremely strong. They're one of the fastest, in fact, the fastest creature on Earth, reaching about 200 miles an hour when they are striking their prey. And usually the prey is killed during a flight impact, and the prey probably dies or is rendered unconscious, and that's when the peregrine will grab it, usually in flight, and bring it back to its cliff face or onto a nearby pole. They tend to eat also on telephone poles, electric poles, etc. And they build their nests on cliff faces. Occasionally, peregrines have been found on nests that were populated by other birds prior to them taking over on tall buildings in urban and suburban regions. Usually, at least from what I have seen and heard, they do not build nests in trees, and they lay between 3 and 4 reddish-brown eggs, while incubation is about a month, and the young will fledge in between 5 and 6 weeks. Something must have disturbed this bird, because she grabbed the carcass and flew away, flying into the side across, and went and sat on a telephone pole to continue feeding. The young chick, realizing that food was gone, clambered back up the cliff face to its nest. And it was interesting then to watch how it spread its wings and started flapping its wings, probably in a process of, again, building up the strength in its wings to be able to eventually fly and hunt for itself. But it was an experience that was truly worth it, and I look forward to hopefully next year finding something more. But on an end to a story like this, the parent did at some point leave some of the flesh and the meat for the chick to consume, which it did happily.